I like your glasses. They
Hey,
look
Elizabeth and
nice.
Ileana, how are you? It's Bobby Jess from the
Hi.
RHAP. Yes. Very sad to see you go out on the race. How are you feeling about everything?
We're sad.
It was emotional. It was just mixed emotions, frustrating, and then you watch it play out. It's like, oh,
And then
Lord.
you're pissed all over again.
It sure seemed like a lot of what happened to you was a little bit out of your control, especially like you just had the most rotten detour luck in two back-to-back legs. But I wanted to find out a little bit more about what happened with the detour that we just saw, because it seemed like you had a rationale for going to one place and you went to the other place. But can you talk us through that a little bit more?
We honestly don't know what happened. Like, we get to pick, and then we obviously have two addresses to give the taxi driver. I showed him the one we wanted to go to. I don't know why he took us to the other one. And I don't know. It made I think he was like, I have no idea. I know I showed him the right one. We show up at the market and I'm like, oh, I think the pomelos are here. Like, I go to the water in the back. I'm like, we are not where I thought we were going to be. And then for a split second, if we were in the front of the pack, I would have contemplated switching, but I was like, we're at the market. We have to do this. And let me tell you, I've seen the show a million times. That is not the one I wanted to do. That is not, I would have loved to mindlessly pick pomelos and put them in a boat. I did not want to use my brain. My brain was shot. And then I'm like, shit, like, we're here. Like, we don't have time to change. Like, we have to do this.
My theory is that the cab driver attempted to go to Pomelo's. I think he couldn't find it because we're at his mercy. Here's the address, take us there.
Yeah.
And then we ended up at the market. When we ran into the market, she's like, oh, well, maybe the Pomelo's in the back of the market. So we checked about 1 or 2 minutes and we're like, no, it's not there. And then I said, this is the market. We have to do the market. And when we saw Andrea and Melania, we're like, oh, we definitely have to do it. We have zero time to try and find Pomelo's right now.
Did the cab driver get lost? Is that where you feel like you lost a lot of time?
I feel like he was always lost.
my theory is that he was friends with Andrea and Melena's cab driver, and that they kind of knew where they were going, because I am 100% positive I told him the right address.
Like 3 times.
And he kind of was like, oh, I know. And I think he knew already where he was going because that's where they were going. I think he kind of followed the girls, like, oh, these girls are definitely going where those girls are going. Yeah. And I think that's what happened.
Well, you're the same. You're part of the same TV show, right? So
yeah,
you must be going
like,
to the same place.
They're definitely going wherever those girls are going. So
take him there.
Screw what I thought, what address I gave him. He was like, oh, I know. I was like, okay.
He was so confident that we were like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of 2 weeks in a row where you got stuck at a detour and you had to do the one that was there.
I know. And so the first one, the massage one too, we got there and we were trying to decide if we were going to go. I was literally outside, like, counting shoes of like, who's here right now? Like, is it worth it to go back? Like, should we stay? And actually, I think I watched y'all's recap of the first episode, and I think you were asking about the massages, like, had questions about it. So we get there and we didn't know, they wouldn't tell us who was there, how long the massages were, how long the wait was, we knew nothing. Like, we got in, they were like, we're full, sorry. So and I was pumping that girl for information, and then they were like, can't give us any information. So we didn't know anything. So that's what made it really difficult. Because if she was like, oh, they're 20 minutes or 30 minutes, we would have been like, oh, maybe we'll stay. But we knew nothing, but we did decide to stay because, listen, if we got lost going to the massage place, we're going to get lost going to the sword place. I was like, we might as well just stay. We know it's just going to be 30 minutes and then we'll be done. So I was like, let's just stay and hope other people pick the sword, hope other people are getting lost.
And that was another time we had to leave because we were ahead of Yermi and Liam. They were behind us. They were last at that time. We were so excited taking that riverboat. Like, oh my God, we got to hurry up. And we got to like really hurry up. So what happened was when we got in the tuk-tuk, we had a little fight over the tuk-tuk because she insisted it wasn't a tuk-tuk. And I'm like, it's a tuk-tuk, get it, the tuk-tuk. I wish they would have shown that because that was hilarious.
You fought over whether it was called the tuk-tuk?
Okay, so in her defense, the seasons that she's watched has been the ones in India, and their tuk-tuk are smaller. So this one was longer. So she's like, Mom, that's not a tuk-tuk. It says taxi on the top. And I'm like, get in the tuk-tuk.
We were in the tuk-tuk for 5 minutes arguing if we were in a tuk-tuk or not.
She was questioning it. And then I think what happened too, when we asked the driver to take us to that location, they took us to the back of the building. Everybody else got dropped off in the front, right where the clue was.
This is like the one lead. We get on the boat, we see Jeremy and Liam's life vest. I'm like, oh, the boys' life jackets are here. Good, like we're not dead last. And then we get dropped off. They drop us off in the back. We're looking what it seems for so long to the clue to go to the massage place. And then all of a sudden, we see the boys and their hair blowing in the breeze, trotting out with the clue after we were looking for it for 20 minutes. And I'm like, and of course the princesses get in their tuk-tuk and go on their merry way to the massage place. And the one lead that we had,
We love you guys, though. We love you.
we
guys.
do love
They
them.
turned around and this cheesy smile, and I'm like,
And then
wow.
sprinted away. They're like, we know they can't catch us. So
So it sounds to me like you're really well versed in your Amazing Race. So what did you do to prepare, and what from the show was your most valuable takeaway from watching to going on it?
oh God, nothing we did prepared us for anything. Like it is nothing like we thought it was. We sit on the couch on our butts and like eating our popcorn, like, oh, I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. It is nothing like you think it's going to be. Like we were in shock. We were in shock. We didn't wake up for like 2 days, like meaning our brains. We were like, oh, we're here. Like, this is it. I was like, oh my God, I'll never, ever forgive myself for the Biltmore. I get there last and I'm like, oh, unscramble. I can do this. This is my chance. I wanted so bad to go up there and solve it for anyone. And then I'm like, City of Angels.
I think I would have solved it.
Everyone who wasn't there thinks they would have solved it.
I think I would have solved
And
it.
I'm like, this is my chance. Nope. City of Angels will haunt me to the day I die.
I don't. It was a lot of the transportation thing was a little nail biter. The Biltmore. So we were following Robin and Chelsea. Had we stayed following Robin and Chelsea, we would have gotten there number 6. But my daughter, she wanted to go rogue. Let's not follow them, Mom. Let's take a right. I think downtown's over there. Let's look for the big buildings, Mom. Let's look. And I'm like, please, let's follow them. We have no idea where we're at. We've never been here, Callie. I was like, let's just. She was like, Mom, we're doing this. We got this. We got there 13.
Mhm.
And so that started that. I was like, but you know what? I never threw it in her face till now. I was like, it's okay.
Till now.
I didn't mention it. But you know, I was just letting her do her thing.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about the roadblock from this episode with doing the collecting the lotuses and what that was like?
That was torture. First of all, they give you these pants, throw over your pants already. I don't know why they do that because you get soaking wet anyways. It was like walking in quicksand and then spiky vines wrapping around your ankles, and it's like pulling you down. And I got there at the very end, of course. So all the lotuses that were in the front were already taken by the other contestants. So I had to go about 30 feet out. We had to go far out to go get it. And then all the ones that were available were tiny, and the judge wanted big ones. So it was kind of tough. It was just really grueling. And then at that moment, I literally told myself, compose yourself. You have a lot of teams here. Get through this. And I'm very good at details and very crafty. I was just like, compose yourself, go count, go look at it, go look how they wrap it, look at the leaves, look at the color, look at the way they put it in order. I had it down and I was able to get out of it with 2 teams behind. And I thought I was on top of the world. At that point, I was like, let's go. And then when I saw her, the riverboat going back to her, she jumped like no other. She jumped like 10 feet high. I was like so excited about it.
I was so pumped.
And then we thought, this is it, Mom. We have to go hard. We have to go hard. Let's just push to get ahead. Like, it sucks being in the back of the pack. I'm like, I need to get out of this rut. And boom, look what happened. It's just, you never know with the Amazing Race. And when you say prepare, I think the best preparation is to watch the show and just kind of, you have to stay calm no matter what, because anything and everything can go wrong on Amazing Race.
Well, we really enjoyed watching you. You have such a great bond. I love the way that you communicate with each other.
Yeah, you two are
Thank
so
you.
fun, and it seems like that this was a really great experience. Has it
Yeah.
changed the relationship in any way? Have you gotten closer because of this?
Yeah, I say that I see her in a little different light, more mature. I feel like she can handle herself. I feel comfortable now where, all right, she got a good handle on life. And we also decided to actually do more trips together because although we traveled a lot apart, we never really took trips together. And I'm
Mhm.
putting this on out there in the world. So now you have to live up to it and we got to go on a trip.
I do.
And you
I
can
want
pay for it
to.
too.
Where do you most want to go?
Actually, I want to revisit Thailand.
We do.
I do
Oh,
want to revisit
Hmm.
Thailand. There's a lot of temples, a lot of beautiful stuff to see there, the
Mhm.
culture, the food. And I want her to go in the Lotus and get a couple flowers.
okay. Are you a fan of the White Lotus?
Yeah, I
It's
am.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great show. People should watch
It
it. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for making some time to talk to us.
Of course. Thank you for having
You were
us.
so fun. Thank you so much and take care.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.